Hey everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now in this video, not compared to part 1 we talked about all the weapons pretty much and took 20 minutes talking about that. So now we are going to be looking at score streaks, perks, and skill-based matchmaking because I think they all kind of collide with each other, especially when we're talking about like cold-blooded and UAV and all these perks that kind of help counteract some of these score streaks, or some of these score streaks that basically, even though you have flak jacket that is supposed to reduce explosive damage, but yet you're always dying from an artillery strike or an RCXD, which I think should definitely not be the case. Even though we have higher health pools, it still seems the same. So I don't know what we're doing there, especially with the War Machine. War Machine, I think they did do a little patch to make it so the War Machine was kind of dumbed down a little bit compared to the first week of the beta. I think with PS4, it definitely seemed like more people were getting hit markers with the War Machine, but other times it just seemed like it was always one-shotting me, even though I had flak jacket. So before we get into talking about the score streaks and all the other shit other than what I just went over, let's roll the intro.
The darkest night is always seen. Wait on and nothing, we're face to face. I've heard about you, you know about me. Already enough not to.
Now, score streaks. We have RCXD, Spy Plane, Counter Spy Plane, Sentry Turret, Napalm Strike, Artillery, Air Patrol, War Machine, Attack Helicopter, and Chopper Gunner. 10 kill streaks, which I honestly, since like 2010 Call of Duty, I think this is probably one of the lowest like kill streak CODs, like the lowest number of kill streaks that we actually had in a COD, and definitely in the most recent like 7 years of Call of Duty. I feel like personally, even God Black Ops 2 I felt like had more kill streaks than this, because you're missing the advanced UAV, you're missing the tac dodge, you're missing the napalm or the napalm strike sort of thing, rolling thunder. Like, you're missing a lot of kill streaks. But going over each kill streak and what they do, just real quick, we have the RCXD, which is 800 score. It's a little tiny remote control car that you drive around, you find a person, and you blow them up. Even if they have flat jacket, it will one-shot them in the beta. So hopefully they change that, especially in the actual game dropping, because flat jacket just doesn't want to work. We have a spy plane. You can basically counteract that with Ghost, but with Ghost you have to be moving. All right, and I love that they added this little small detail. You have to be moving, but I think the Ghost perk is also a little broken at sometimes, because you will seriously sit in, like, I do it all the time. I'll sit in a corner for maybe 2 seconds to reload and get my health back, and then I feel like the person that I'm about to challenge or that's running into the room just is already pre-aiming me because they know where I'm at, because I'm popping up on their radar. I have to be. So maybe that's something to look into. Counter spy plane basically makes it so you can't see your mini map. So if some loser isn't running a suppressor, you can see them on your little radar, which I'm so glad to see that back into Call of Duty. It was such a shame how Call of Duty Modern Warfare did their mini map. It was really disappointing. Sentry Turret, it is a deployable turret minigun, pretty much, that you can put in a lot of actually fun places on the map that I think some people don't realize, or you can put them in some spots where even if somebody throws a grenade, no matter how they throw it, it's always going to bounce away from the sentry unless they cook it for 2 to 3 seconds. But with the sentry gun, it has no health. It's one grenade and it's done. So usually with a sentry gun, I would throw my trophy turret, or my trophy out kind of next to me and my sentry gun, or I just completely throw it next to my sentry gun and walk away. And I'm pretty sure also you can one shot the sentry turret, which I like. And I forget what game it was where the sentry turret was really overpowered and it took a good amount of shots to kill it, Whereas like in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, I think all you had to do was just melee it and it was done for. So it's definitely really weak. Maybe they could touch up the health a little bit. Maybe reduce what how much damage the guns actually do to it. Something to give it a little bit more survivability. I mean, it is a 2,000 score kill streak, so you do gotta spend a few minutes in game to get it. Napalm Strike, honestly, really dog shit. I used it once, and on a hard point game where I almost knew every enemy was on the hard point because of the UAV. I dropped it in the middle of Cartel and maybe got one kill. So I think maybe they could definitely increase the spread of the napalm, so the napalm strike completely hits the whole middle field of Cartel. That way your team can actually get into the hard point and get a few a few numbers up for your team to win. Just something little. Artillery's honestly really good. Don't go like if you're choosing napalm over artillery, you're an idiot. Artillery's kind of like a lightning strike, but you're able to choose 3 locations, which lightning strike maybe you were able to do that too. It's pretty much what it is. You choose 3 spots on the map and it completely blows it up. And even if you have flak jacket and get hit by it, you will die. So I think maybe they need to kind of show like a radius of where the artillery is coming from, so you can kind of like quickly get out. Unless you are on a point trying to capture it, for the most part you're probably gonna die to it because you're trying to get that like last 1 to 2 seconds on the point. Air patrol, honestly, I never used the perk, but it says call in a squadron of jets to attack enemy airstrikes, counter enemy air patrols, cooldown 60 seconds. So I'm assuming this basically wipes the whole map of kill streaks, of enemy kill streaks. So I think it actually would be pretty good, especially if you don't want to run a rocket launcher to shoot shit down, or if you don't want to run an LMG with the high damage barrel to take out chopper gunners. I think this probably is a good thing. Overall, I personally just never tried it. Then you got War Machine. War Machine, I think you get 6 shots and then like 6 more reloads, or 12 shots and you don't reload. I can't quite remember. I'm kind of getting Modern Warfare and Black Ops a little mixed up here. But it is a 3,500 cost. It does take a little bit to get it. Same thing with any other explosive in this game. Flak jacket doesn't work with it. I think they did do an update where it was definitely more noticeable, where people were surviving the first shot, not the second. But I think maybe with this gun they might have to reduce like the blast radius, or just increase flak jacket. I think there were some Call of Duties where somebody with a War Machine had to shoot 2 to 3 times to kill you, depending. I'm assuming depending on your ping and all the other fun behind the scenes numbers that I'm not going to get into affect the score streak. Then attack helicopter, 4,000 cost. Now this is in the beta. It definitely will probably change in game. They might cost more, but the attack chopper helicopter is the second to last highest costing score streak, and it just feels like it's an RCXD is harder to kill than the attack helicopter, which makes no sense. But obviously, with the way they have like the strong barrels for vehicles and all that, it seriously, with a stoner and the hard hitting barrel, takes maybe 25-30 shots to take down an attack helicopter. And the chopper gunner, I mean, if you're shooting it solo, maybe a full clip with the stoner. I'm not quite sure on the numbers as far as that. Usually I would have 1 or 2 people. We'd shoot a chopper gunner down if it ever did came to light in game, but it only happened once, so I didn't really count how many bullets I actually spent shooting the fucker. But it definitely, if you don't shoot it down, the chopper gunner will get you easily 20 to 30 kills. And personally, I don't think that should be it, because with the way Call of Duty with the way this game is set up, is even if you're completely horrible, you're at least going to get a UAV and a sentry gun. I have to say, you're at least going to get a UAV and sentry gun. You might not get your third score streak depending on how good you are, but you'll at least get 2 to maybe boost your score up. And I honestly don't think that's how score streaks should be. Score streaks should be just like any other Call of Duty where you have to earn it. That's the whole point. Or at least make it so people can earn like any score streak. Like people can earn an RCXD, a spy plane, or a counter spy plane. One of the two. But that's it. From there, they have to actually get the final 2 score streaks as far as via killing somebody. Because when you have a full fucking team deciding to run, 3 spy planes and 3 counter spy planes, along with 6 war machines, maybe a few artilleries and war machines, or all artillery and chopper gunners. I mean, the list goes on and on with the different combinations, but on like something on a game mode or on a map like Satellite, it's just so stupid to face against a war machine, especially when you got 2 fucking people basically wasting your team in a spawn. It's stupid. Trust me, I did it with a couple buddies. I felt sick after doing it, and I feel like Treyarch as a whole, after maybe seeing some gameplay, would also feel sick after seeing it. It's a little ridiculous. So definitely, I think something with the score streaks needs to change. Chopper gunner, I think you should easily have to get like 30 to 40 plus kills in a game with a gun, and I don't know how many points that exactly is, but I think you should be really hardcore on objectives and kills to really be getting the chopper gunner. If you're just going for kills or just going for objectives, there's no way you should be getting a chopper gunner. If you're just doing one out of the 2 things, depending on the game mode, no. Chopper gunner and a TDM, there's no way anybody should get a chopper gunner in TDM unless they're facing against a bunch of bots. Yeah, that's honestly my take on it. I'm so sad that we don't have like attack dogs or anything like that. But going over into the kill streaks, I'm not going to touch, or not kill streaks, perks. I'm not going to touch too far on everything. But with the score streaks and skill-based matchmaking, with the way skill-based matchmaking is set up currently, if I do really good in a lobby, okay, and let's say there's maybe another guy on the other team that's also really good, it's basically a kill race between me and this other guy, but this other guy has more campers, and I have just a bunch of retards running out into the middle of the open or running to the same spot every time, or just not talking to the team like, hey, you guys got to push this side with me, and just immediately getting all the kills and getting the kill streaks before I can get mine. That's why I don't really care for skill-based matchmaking. Or, I don't know why, but sometimes when I pop off in games, the next game, I will have 5 dumbasses on my team, and I feel like I'm facing a God Squad. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, for me as a Call of Duty player, I can say I'm above average. I can say that I'm above average player. I know what I'm doing for the most part. But some of these teams I'm getting on is just a little ridiculous, and some of the teams I'm facing against with the crappy team is just overwhelming for me. Personally, I love playing the games where I don't have to try as hard. I really hate sweating in COD unless there's some shit talker on the other team. That's pretty much the only time I really, try. That's how I feel with skill-based matchmaking and the perk system now, because even if I kill that good player 10 times, he's probably still bound to get a chopper gunner, depending on the game mode. But I don't play TDM, so for the most part, that good player is probably going to get a chopper gunner before me, and they're already going to be ahead. It doesn't matter what game mode. Control, we're going to only have 6 lives left after the chopper gunner. Hardpoint, they're going to be ahead by 100 points. Like, you guys know where I'm coming from. And now on to perks. Perks, we have engineer, base, simple. I mean, copy and pasted. It allows you to see equipment, score streaks. Pretty useful overall, I think, especially with the trip mine and the gas mines and everything. Paranoia, hear an alert when enemy aims at you. Your vision pulse if the enemy is outside of your view. So overall, pretty good. Definitely not one of the main things I would run. Definitely throughout this beta, I definitely felt like I should have run tactical mask over flak jacket, because I was definitely getting stuns in this game are crazy, and flak jacket just wasn't working. But for some dumb reason, I kept on putting it on. So I think flak jacket needs to be looked at. Tactical mask is pretty good where it's at. Paranoia and engineer, I mean, copy and paste perks, but I don't foresee a lot of people running them. Honestly, just remove them from the game, because everyone's going to run tac mask and flak jacket for the most part. Scavenger, assassin, tracker, and quartermaster. Quartermaster, recharge equipment over 25 seconds. I think that's I think it's 45 seconds for equipment, plus I might be for points. I can't quite remember. Then you got tracker, allowing you to see enemy footsteps. I personally did not touch this perk at all. It's a dumb perk. No tracker, or what was the Black Ops 4 Sixth Sense? No perk like that. Basically telling you where like a small like mini, UAV. No perk should ever exist like that in Call of Duty. And then you have assassin. Enemies that appear on your minimap when shooting or revealed by a spy plane will have a crosshair indicator instead of a red dot. If they are on a kill streak, receive extra score for taking them down. I forget the Killjoy. Is it Killjoy? I can't quite remember what the perk is to give you extra credit towards kill streaks. Not bad. And then you got Scavenger. Usually what I run to replenish ammo from fallen players, so I don't have to use other people's shitty loadouts for their weapons. I'm not saying they're shitty, guys. It's a joke, but I'm just saying some people prefer other things, and I prefer having my attachments because I feel like they're the best, and I don't want your stupid 2x scope on your M16 gun. Now with perk 3 slots, we have Gun Ho, Ghost, and Cold Blooded. Again, copy pasted, pretty straightforward. Gun Ho allows you to switch weapons faster, take less damage from falling, fire more accurately while sliding, and basically you just be able to use equipment faster or use equipment while sprinting, move at full speed when reloading, switch weapons it's a good overall fast-paced perk if you are one of those players. Then you got Ghost, undetectable by enemy spy planes whenever you are moving, planting or defusing bombs, or controlling score streaks. Okay, score streaks. But if you are serious, I personally think if you stand for like more than 2 seconds, you show up on the radar and you stay on the radar. It's like Ghost is non-existent anymore. That's why I've been running just Ninja and shooting down spy planes. Now I don't shoot down counter spy planes, and you can kind of tell the difference with the UAV and the counter spy plane. Because the counter spy plane takes 2 fucking shots from a rocket, which is bullshit, but it does. And I don't understand why. Cold Blooded basically allows you to not be seen from anything from RCXD, as far as the UI HUD that other people see when they're in that kill streak. Then you got Chopper Gunner and Attack Helicopter. Like, you're not going to really be killed by them often unless somebody has a good eye, which in this game it's pretty hard to see people. You blend in really well. And then you have Ninja. Thank God this is a perk. Finally, this is where Call of Duty Modern Warfare I really think went wrong. You sprint more quickly, resistance to field mic when sprinting, and then speak only when necessary. I don't get that one, like the final, but it allows you to move more silently overall. Oh, I read dyslexia. Sprint more quietly, not quickly. Quietly, guys. Shh. Sorry, my bad. Quietly, but like I said, I don't get the last little passage part here. Speak only when necessary. So overall, more silent perk allows you to move around, run and gun a lot better, especially if you are running a suppressor compared to not running a suppressor. Honestly, if you're not running a suppressor, don't run Ninja. If anything, run like Ghost or Gunho or Cold Blooded, one of the other perks, because I think mainly Ghost, because when the UAV is actually up, I mean, you're already on the minimap for a few seconds. For me personally, I wouldn't want to be on there the entire time. So that's where I'm at with the perks and the score streaks. And I really talked about the skill-based matchmaking with the score streaks. All this just ties into one big fuckery like one big mess. Like there was a few games where I like, even when I'm sweating, it just feels like I'm just getting overrun because my teammates just can't keep up with this dude I'm fighting. Like, that's honestly where I think skill based matchmaking shouldn't exist. Score streaks, you have to earn them, and then on top of that, just add a league play. Like, I'm so worried for this Call of Duty League. Like, are they gonna make it so uh competitive, like, like league play Call of Duty, you actually earn your kill streaks, but you're still able to earn like a chopper gunner and shit, but you still have to earn your kill streaks compared to like the normal play. I think that's just dumb. Or they set it up this way. They might have just set this up this way for the beta. I'm really hoping that's the case because it's a complete joke. That's honestly my biggest problem, other than shotguns being secondaries with this game. That's honestly the only two complaints I have with this game. I out of 10, I rate this game a 7.6 for just the beta. Even though the beta has TDM, 7.6. But that is it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed really anything about this video, or just found one thing that made you laugh or whatever, as always, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.